Hello, Stoney fam, and welcome back to yet again another episode of TokeTalks with Tia. This is now episode number 24. So, sorry guys, I did not upload or attempt at all even yesterday to make anything just because I actually had decided to do something I haven't done in a very long time. So, my boyfriend went to pick up some more cannabis for us to smoke, and mostly me, because I kind of like the flower more. He likes smoking dabs more. But anyway, he went to go pick it up, and the person that he got it from also has these chocolate bars that have shrooms in them. I have not done shrooms in a very, very, very long time. I want to say at least almost 10 years, like a very long time. And I've done a variety of other different substances before that I'm probably going to talk about at some other point or whenever I do. I don't do anything really like that anymore. I just smoke pot, and that's pretty much it. So this is like the first time in a very long time I'd ever done anything like that. But I'm really stupid, and when he had, given it to me, and I initially looked at it, I thought that it was an edible and had some shrooms in it. For some reason, I thought that would be a little bit better. I have no idea what I was thinking at the time. Honestly, no idea. But on the packaging, it gives like a description on how many to take. One's like a microdose, and then so on and so forth. And the maximum dose that it said, like, for whoa was literally what it says on it, was 3. And we had each taken 4. And there's 8 inside the package total. So we've both taken 4. And we were playing zombies. We were playing Spaceland. And as we're playing zombies, it's just, like, immediately almost after, like, within 20 minutes, I think, I want to say. I can't really remember the time reference, really, but within that much time, kind of, it just kicked in, and I was like, I cannot play anymore, and I was, like, melting into the couch, almost. It was, at first, a really, really good experience. My body just felt so amazing. I felt great. I made sure beforehand, as soon as he brought it home. Actually, I kind of forgot this part, too. I left this out, because we didn't immediately take it as soon as he brought it home. We actually went out to dinner and got some really, really good Italian food, and then we'd taken it when we got home. But I made sure the dog was taken care of and everything was good before we had taken it. But that was one of the things that just kept going through my mind as I was tripping. Like, I kept freaking out about the dog, even though he was fine. He's fine now. Nothing's wrong with him. I was just kind of not having a very good trip, and it started to get really, really bad at points. And this is the first time I've ever had a trip this bad in a very long time. And it was the first time I've ever had a trip this bad from shrooms. Because anytime I've done shrooms before, I've had an amazing time. Very uplifting experience. Never had this type of experience. And it was very, very traumatic, the stuff that I was seeing and feeling all at once. It was just a lot to take on. So I love to say this to anybody who's, experimenting with this type of drugs, hallucinogens, or, even people that know what they're doing. If you do know what you're doing, people that do, anyway, will always say, like, make sure you're somewhere safe and with somebody safe, that you trust. You don't want to just be out wandering the streets fucked up on shrooms. Probably not a very good idea, especially if it's, like, in the middle of the night or in the middle of the street or whatever. Make sure you're in, like, the comfortability of your home, or, like, if you are out, enjoying nature, because I've done that before. Actually, I want to share another story, which is a good trip that I had. The first time I ever did shrooms, this was years and years ago, I was out in the middle of the woods, kind of close to where I live, but not so much close. We were really out there, and it was a really nice summer day. I was with my boyfriend at the time, and a couple other friends, and he had, a baggie full of shrooms, and we decided to take some, and as we, were tripping in the woods, I just was laying on the grass, laying on my back, and just staring up at the sky and the trees, and it kind of reminded me of Horton Hears a Who, and I was having a really, really good time. The only sucky part about the trip was that we got lost in the woods trying to get back out of it, but it was a really good adventure, and we had a really, really good time. But I've never had a trip like the one that I had last night. Though, I must say, it wasn't overall a bad trip. There were parts of it that were really fun, like I said, but just make sure you're safe, guys, when you're deciding to do something like that. Which, thankfully, I was, but not always the case for some people, unfortunately. On the other hand, though, my boyfriend, he was having an amazing trip, not bad at all. The entire time was just enjoying life and loving it, and I wish that I had the same experience, but I'm glad that he had a good time. So, not everybody's the same. Everybody will have a different outcome. Just make sure, you have a clear-headed mind, that you're you drink enough fluids, that you're drinking water, and that you just, take care of yourself and that you're having a good time. Just, make sure that you both go hand in hand, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to have a good time, trust me. If you're feeling like shit and you start to have a bad trip too, like, it's not going to go well. And overall, towards the end of the night, as I was coming really, down from it, my head was pounding, the room was just spinning. I felt so sick, tossing and turning, laying down in bed. So that was a feeling that felt awful. I honestly did not feel very good this morning either. It took up until about 2 hours ago for me to feel like, okay, I'm kind of normal now. Don't feel like crap as much. But yeah, I've been drinking lots of fluids and just started eating some num-nums. I had this morning a toaster strudel. I love those. Those are really, really good. And I actually was surprised that I ate it as quickly as I did. I ate 2 toaster strudels. Usually I take a little bit of time to eat. My stomach, I have issues eating. I have stomach problems and stuff. Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. I'm aware that my phone just went off and it made a very loud, obnoxious noise. So hold on 1 second so I can change my settings. Sorry, guys. How rude of me. I hate when that happens. It's really obnoxious and just ruins the flow. And I apologize. I do not go back and edit any of the videos. Or, I'm sorry, not videos. Podcasts that I post for you guys. I literally just sit here, talk, and post. And I listen to it, after I post it. But I don't really give it any, editing that much. I really don't. If I do it all, it's very, very minimal. So, irrelevant to what I was talking about, but I just thought I would share. But anyway, I guess kind of relevant, but not so much. I wish that I had recorded myself tripping at any of the points that I was, because I feel like that would be like a really funny experience to look back on, like if I was recording any of the good points. Because, parts of last night, like I said, were funny, and, like, other times that I've tripped were really good experiences. And I wish I had something, like a visual something, picture, video, whatever, something to look back on and kind of remember also. That's why I love taking pictures, because it's something that, like, I have something to remind myself of, a memory of some, a time. And I like to hold on to those, which is kind of why my storage is almost completely entirely full. I have to back up all my pictures, but I've been super severely lazy and have not done so, which I really do need to do. So this is a sign, guys. If you're listening and you're having the same problem as me, don't be like me. Don't be like Tia. Just go and fix your phone and fix your shit. You don't want to have a fully stocked I can't speak, guys. Hold on 1 sec. A fully capacitated phone. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit baked, and I do still have the bong in front of me and have not hit it again yet, which I'm going to right now. That's why I brought it up. But, yeah, that's why I'm a little bit derpy. So, yep, I'm about to smoke with you guys, so here we go. I want to get high, so high. I want to get high, so high. Alright, guys, I'm back. I just had to cough my lungs out. That was a very tasty long pack. I wish I knew exactly what the strain of this was called. I do know for a fact, though, that it is sativa leaning, very sativa leaning, and it makes me just, want to go do stuff. Another thing I must say, though, during my trip last night, when I was, sort of almost coming down, but still tripping and, not feeling well, weed definitely helped. Now, I'm not saying, smoke a shit ton, or even, I'm not even suggesting it if it's not something you're interested in doing or trying, but if you are kind of freaked out and you're, trying to find something to chill out, I do recommend smoking a bowl or joint or whatever. I smoked a joint and clam baked the car last night. That was really fun. I don't know, do you guys say clam bake, hot box? I say both. Usually I'll say clam bake, I feel like I say that more, but anyway, we clam baked the car, hot boxed it, and I haven't done that in a while either. This is the second time that I've done that in the past 2 weeks, and I haven't done that prior in years, so it's a very fun time when you get out of the car and there's just smoke pouring out. It's very euphoric. It looks really pretty. I also think that if I had taken the shrooms during the daytime, I would have had a way better trip. I feel like whenever I do stuff like that, or, I'm on drugs or whatever, I prefer to do it in the daytime, which some people, are the opposite. They'd rather do it at night. But if I'm not out doing anything and I'm at home, it's kind of just more depressing for me to do it at home at night. I'd rather do it in the daytime. There's more stuff to do. There's more time in the day. All yada, 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 all that stuff. I'd prefer it more in the daytime. Although smoking, I kind of, smoking weed is kind of like 50-50. I kind of prefer smoking it in the daytime also. But at the same time, I really just enjoy smoking at night and relaxing and just winding down and going to bed and stuff like that, like taking a bath. I really love taking a bubble bath when I'm high. It's also enjoyable when you bring the bong in there and you smoke, or a bowl, whatever you're smoking on, and you take a bath at the same time and shower. I'm kind of a little bit hesitant on taking a shower when I'm smoking, guys. I don't really like doing it. I just get petrified I'm going to get water in the bowl or whatnot. I've done it a few times. Not my thing, not my jazz. But power to the people that do, because they have a lot of balls. But yeah, guys, going back to my trip and talking about that last night. Me and my boyfriend, we have this like really big Grateful Dead, the teddy bear, the bears. Not teddy bears, but the bears, the colorful ones going in a swirl tapestry in the background in our bedroom. And I was tripping last night staring at it, and it felt like I was about to get sucked into it. It was kind of cool. I wasn't really scared of it. It kind of felt more cool at the time than scary, but it literally felt like everything in all the rooms were just different vibes. Like the bathroom, it felt like it was shaking and vibrating at points, like the walls and the floor. And then like in the living room, like the lights, I had my pretty, my LED lights going off on the wall, the really cool Galaxy ones that I have, that I've talked about before in my other episodes. I forget which one, but whatever, guys. So I had those up and going, and I was just staring at those. So that, in the living room and the kitchen area, it just felt kind of more like a chill and floaty vibe. And then the bedroom was very, very dark, and, we have other lights in there, too. So it was, like, dark with, like, blue lights on the floor. So it was very interesting in each room that I'd walked into. Surprisingly, though, I did not go on my phone really at all. I did not really watch TV at all. I was only in the living room watching TV briefly in the beginning of my trip. So I spent most of the time just experiencing it all in my head and all around me, and not taking in any other, anything else like that, like watching TV or, like I said, being on my phone. I didn't go outside, really. I went outside very briefly and then went outside to smoke, like I said, and I hotboxed the car. But spent most of the time inside and just laid in the bed, and that was when the trip was very, very, very bad. I was just in a very, very dark room and started seeing things that I'm not going to share with you guys, but it was not a good trip. Very bad at points. So I'm very glad that's over, and I can go back to just smoking pot and being chill and being high. But like I said, I don't regret it. I needed to experience it, and it did bring some positive outcomes. Like today, I felt like I had overcame certain things that I was feeling that were bothering me. And I feel like that's something that shrooms can help with too. So if you're experiencing something like that and you're looking for something to help you with it, I feel like maybe doing microdose it. Don't do what I did, but do you guys. Power to you. Whatever you feel is comfortable, but I'd recommend doing a lower dose and then doing more if you feel comfortable doing more. And so before I wrap up this podcast, I'm going to talk about something else very irrelevant to what I've been talking about this whole time, but I'm going to go back to watching Gilmore Girls. I've been trying to finish that up. I keep going back and forth and watching different stuff. I finished The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That's an amazing show, guys. I did not like the ending, though. Didn't really like the ending. Kind of like, what the fuck? But it's a good show, like I said. Very good. You should go check it out. But same with the show that I'm watching right now, Gilmore Girls. I haven't watched that in a very long time. I just started rewatching it again, then stopped watching it, and then started again rewatching it. And I see a lot of, like, what I used to think about the parents and the family and all that. Like, I used to think it was very, very positive and a very positive show. And now that I'm watching it again, I'm like, oh, like, wow, Lorelai's parents are very controlling and narcissistic and not very caring, very cold. I feel like very lacking in the empathy department. I don't think that they don't care at all. I just feel like they're a little bit narcissistic. And where I'm at the show right now, it's kind of like Rory is becoming more like Lorelai's parents, like her mom, and has been living over there and is not giving two craps about Lorelai and what she's been doing, and you know that she's going to be getting married soon to Luke and all this other crap. Oh, sorry if I spoiled this, by the way, guys. You should have figured I do that a lot. I suck. But yeah, I kind of feel like she's just being a little bit spoiled and throwing away her chance to go to Yale. I don't understand.